Oh, there you are. Welcome back to Cowboy Ron. And as I mentioned, we're going to do some news. Through it, I didn't find anything shattering. In the news world, unfortunately, the way it works, blood sells, love smells. But looking over here, the new DirecTV conservative network called The First is lining up um, new talent, and Bill Riley's on there now. And I watched him tonight. He looks pretty thin, like he's lost about 40 pounds. I hope he's not sick. And his voice was just a little bit weak. Excuse mine was a little bit weak too. That's a Stein I got. It's a computer, and it keeps my sodas cold for me. I think the network, they're still finding their way, and they're going to have to. I thought they sometimes just went on and talked a little bit too long and didn't flick back and forth. I think if they don't change that, the public's attention span is not as long as the presenters would like it to be sometimes. And here's something. Biden tells Congress he'll end the COVID-19 emergency on May 11th. I thought that had already been ended. I mean, I see very few people wearing masks no more than they weren't wearing them before 9/11. And I hope the government never, ever again gets in the face of parents and doctors and tell us what we have to do. Their findings certainly should be presented to the American people, along with opinions and this nonsense that doctors they go to college, medical school for 7 years, cannot voice a discerning opinion. That's stupid. This is not China or Cuba. This is America. I don't think they should be falsely putting out information, but their honest opinions should be presented. Intelligent people, intelligent mothers and fathers can decide what they want to do. Okay, let's move on to some money. Money makes the world go away. You know, they say money won't buy happiness, but it'll sure buy you a better place to suffer in, be miserable in. Ford to cut prices on the Mustang March E following Tesla's lead. Yeah, and I think we're in um, between a recession and just a slowdown. And now we're introducing new products, and even with the government trying to mandate us, California said they're going to do away with cars, gas cars or fossil fuel cars in about another 10 years. And I don't think that's going to happen. I do think, personally, and this is my opinion, if the government will quit trying to shove these electric cars down the people's throats and let the competition and the manufacturers modify them, make them bigger, better, more toys to them, I think they'll catch on. There's a place for this here, but we can't just um, do it all at one time. It'd be nice if we could. Now, Adam Schiff and the White House slams the media for the decision to allow Trump back on Facebook and Instagram. I don't believe in banning anyone. Um, I don't think, with the exception of someone that's trying to get people killed or do bad things. But if I was going to get in the business of banning anyone, Schiff's name is the first one that comes to mind. But I guess he's still out here looking for a CNN job. And Russia now is massing at least 200,000 soldiers for a massive new assault on Ukraine. This comes from NATO's top officials has warned. And we're going to have to be careful with this thing. We need to leave amateurs out of it. We don't need World War III. World War III, we're probably talking about 1.5 billion people dying. 80 years ago, um, 50,000 died. 50, not 50,000, 50 million died in the Second World War. And once you get all these countries involved, and with everybody having treaties with everybody, it's hard to control events. I think if we still keep giving them arms, and I think we can assume that people in Ukraine are skinning money away. It happened with us in America. That's why Harry Truman was in charge of the Armed Services Committee, a very honest man. But we can keep track of this, and when the war is over with, when Ukraine wants us to help them rebuild, give them a list of whoever stole the money and say, start there first. Our taxpayers are not supposed to fund everything, every cause, and we're definitely not supposed to have our money stolen from us. Okay, here you go. President Trump, well, he knows how to sue. Well, I think if there was a contest between what he does most, Twitter tweets or sues, I think sue is would probably come in and be a close. He's suing Bob Woodward, and Bob Woodward, as you know, along with Leonard Bernstein, brought down Nixon in the Watergate scandal, and he's been around for a long time. I doubt whether Trump's going to get a lot of money out of this thing, but it doesn't really matter, does it? You see, the news media, going back to my opinion now, the news media, they can do what they want to curtail Trump's activities, putting him on the news as much as you like. But Trump has known, and even mentions in his book, Thinking Big, you prefer good publicity, but bad publicity is better than nothing at all. So let's say Trump spends, I don't know, a couple $1 million for the suit, and he gets back, say, $2,500,000. Well, if you count the free publicity he's going to get, probably be $10 million. So I think we can assume that President Trump has a method in this madness, and I think he knows what he's doing. Now, Tesla pins hope on new Nevada's battery factory to bring down the price. Let me get my glasses on here. They're putting $3.6 billion to expand. Now they've already got a plant there in Nevada, and plans to call for factory the mass production of semi-electric trucks on the manufacturer in the new 4680 battery cells to produce 2 million light-duty vehicles. As you know, I was a bus driver for 40-some years, and I drove for Swift Trucking for 8 years. And I think when it comes to getting into an electric vehicle with that much juice, I think I'm with somebody younger may test it out. And now there's getting opposition for the rising to U.S. tax credits for the EV, not meeting sources rules. And you have to be careful. I've seen a couple articles, this $7,500 that they're giving you don't all qualify for it. If a lot of your parts not made in America, you're disqualified, and I doubt whether the car salesman is going to elaborate on that very much. Senator Joe Manchin is chairing this, and I got the story on COWBOYRON.com. Go on there and you can get it in detail. I think that they want the batteries to be made in America. And now here we go, going back to money. U.S. arm exports rises 49% in fiscal 2022. State Department has said that the latest financial year of military equipment exports to foreign governments rose 49%. For you and me, that's 205.6 billion, more money than we got in our checking accounts. And the big sales is the F-151D fighter jets to Indonesia worth 13.9 billion. Multi-mission surface combat ships to Greece worth 6.9 billion. Well, it'd be nice if we could make money in some other way than killing people. I guess the thing that we've had wars ever since Cain and Abel was born. And I think it's going to continue to go on. It may be a generic reason to keep the population down or something. I think there's better ways to do it. But my biggest hatred of war, and it is necessary at times, is the women, helpless women, and children and elder are the first to suffer the consequences. And that's sad. Again, go back on my COWBOYRON.com. We've got a store on there now. I'm trying to find a little merchandise to sell. I've become an affiliate with QuickBanks. And we got also a category for senior citizens and food recipes. That's quite interesting. Some of the people have come up with ways to stretch the food. And of course, the most experienced with that was the people who survived the Great Depression in the 30s. My YouTube channel is pulling up pretty good. I like it to do better. I haven't anything go viral, but some of the ones that do pretty good is when I accidentally post something I didn't mean to do, a mistake. Anyway, have a nice day. This is Cowboy Ron signing off.